What's up? My name is Jerome Akitunde.
And I'm Jeremy Neal.
And we are the Bacon Media Blog.
Let the games begin.
Earlier this week, Coach Nichols let me in the locker room with some behind-the-scenes access. Here's some film from him.
Thursday. Okay. Questions on that? Good. Breakfast tomorrow, 10
When we
o'clock.
were struggling at halftime, we spoke with Coach Nichols, and here's what he
Let's
had
get
to
right into it. You guys are doing pretty good on defense. 21 turnovers overall. But offensively, you guys can't seem to finish. 4 from 12 for the free throw line at 743 field goal percentage. What's going on there, and how can we fix that in the second half?
Some of the shots are just a little too wild, too quick. If they take their time, I mean, we've missed point-blank layups. So there's nothing I can do about it. They just got to put the ball in the hole. I mean, it's that simple.
Okay, but on a positive note, Sienna Adondo, she did come off with good hustle. She had 3 steals in the first half. That's amazing. What can you say about that?
That's what she brings all year long. That's why I love having her on the team. She brings that kind of energy and effort off the bench that we need.
Okay, so what are we going to do in the second half to fix some of those problems?
We got to play harder, and then obviously just finish.
All right, thank you, Coach. We're going to get right into it. Last week, the girls had a great overtime victory. They won 74-64. Jasmine Flanagan, the senior point guard, had 22 points, and Sierra Arredondo came off the bench with 4 major key steals that brought them into victory and eventually won the game.
So, Sienna, you had 5 charges. How did it feel to sacrifice your body?
Oh, well, they were tough to take, but for me, I couldn't make any free throws really fall most of the game, so taking charges was the only other way I could make up for it.
What are some things you did in the second half that you didn't do in the first half?
I penetrated a lot more and made better passes and smarter passes. So.
All right, Jasmine, y'all had overtime. What was your mind? What was going through your mind?
This is the time that we need to just put them away. We started off kind of slow, and I feel like once we got towards the end and seemed like we might have messed around and lost this game, we all got it together and was like, let's just end this.
So, Jerome, what do you think about the game?
I think it was a great game. I think that the girls started off pretty slow. I mean, they committed a lot of turnovers. I want to say they had about 45 turnovers in the first half, which is pretty impressive. But they couldn't seem to get the ball into the hole. Mm-hmm. Whatever Coach Nichols said at halftime, I don't know if he had a rally pride or something in there, but they came out the next half on fire. They had 4 fast breaks to start off. I think the biggest part of the game is when Ashley hit that shot and brought it into overtime, had the crowd go crazy, man. That was insane. It was fun to be around. I mean, and then obviously in overtime, Jasmine took over, handled her business at the free throw line, and you know, there you have it. What do you think?
I think the game was live, you know. So, I think the girls play real good, especially Sienna Arredondo.
Oh, yeah, she did a great job. I had to say that.
Also, Kim, she played really good, too. Came up with 18 clutch points. So, I feel like the game was really good. They came back at halftime with so much fire. So, that's all I have to say.
And I had to say one more thing. Watch out for Brittany Edwards. She's a freshman. You see her right there. She's a freshman, but she's leading the team in 3-pointers. And like I said, she's a freshman, so her future's bright. I spent some time with the men this week before the USAO game in the basketball gym. Here's some film we have on that. Speaking with Coach Foster at halftime, this is what he had to say. Coach, the half hasn't gone the way you wanted it so far. What have you done in the next half to get everything back on track?
We didn't come out with any energy. I don't know how much of it's from the long road trip. You know, but again, that can be an excuse. I don't want to make excuses. We just didn't come out with any energy and any effort early on the defensive end. Let them get a run on us. They're shooting 61%. We have got to tighten up the defense. And then on the offensive end, we got to get better shots. We're 1 pass, 2 pass, and try to go to the basket and score, and we're not doing that well enough to be doing that. We got to be more patient on the offensive end and get a better shot.
Get some better passes as well?
Better passes, better ball movement on the offensive end, and we got to just give an effort on the defensive end. We haven't played hard enough on the defensive end tonight.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
But at halftime, it wasn't all bad. We did go at halftime, some of the students, and we did the dab cam.
Oh my gosh, he's right there. Oh my God, please follow me back. Can you teach me how to dab?
Lay it down, lay
everybody saying down. Trap goes on the map. Trap goes like the dab. Trap goes in the bowl. Trap goes on the stove. Trap goes worldwide. Play with the power, no eyes. Dabbing going in the dictionary. Bird singer just like Mary Mary. The got wing like a tooth fairy. Pinky ring, yellow canary. Touchdown on the packet.
After the game, I sat down with Coach Foster, and here's what they had to say. How do you feel about tonight's game?
Well, tonight was disappointing. I was most disappointed in our effort. I thought we came out tonight and we weren't ready to play for whatever reason. Our energy and our effort level was not up to what we expect and we've done throughout the year. And therefore, we got off to a horrible start, and we're down big, 25 points at the half, and just let the game get away from us in the first 10 minutes of the game.
Normally in a tough game, what do you say to your team at halftime?
Well, at halftime we talked about, it was a little bit of a scolding for the lack of effort and how we had to bounce back, and then you try to find something positive. If you're down 25 in 20 minutes, then you can make up. You can do the same thing to them. And I thought we came out and with a little more effort to start the half and, played them a much closer. If you break down the halves in the score, we played much better the second half, especially on the defensive end. The first half, our defense was non-existent. USAO shot 61%, which is extremely high. The second half, they shot 41%. So right there tells you our effort defensively was just a lot better. We just weren't tuned in at the beginning of the game.
We had a tough game against USAO. It was a struggle offensively and defensively. Jerome, what do you think?
I agree with you, Jeremy. I think that it was a struggle offensively and defensively as well, especially defensively. Like I said, they averaged only 88 points a game, and we lit up 105, if I'm correct.
But we had 13 steals, though, and we were 25th in the country with 189 steals.
Right, so we did have those steals, but that goes back to what I said about offense. We did have steals, and we did make turnovers, but once again, we had a hard time getting to the basket. The times we did get to the free throw line, we did a great job. I believe we're about 64% from the free throw line, which is better than half. It's not great, but it could be a lot worse. But like I say, next week we have a game against Sagu. They're ranked top 5 in three-pointers, and they can score all day, so we definitely need to tighten that up.
And we can score all day, Sagu. What are your feelings about that?
Well, they started out the season as the preseason pick to win the conference and have been ranked all season up until last week. They fell out of the polls last week. We played them before Christmas, before we had Gio Brewer and Jordan Taylor and Ed Caldwell. And I can't remember the exact score, but it was about a 10, 12-point loss, something like that, and played a pretty close game. That night it was kind of crazy. Neither team could shoot very well.
Also, be sure to show up next week against Sagu. It's Cancer Awareness Night. See you there.